Hello everyone, welcome to the video tutorial on machine learning. So in the last video, I have been discussing about the Bayesian belief network. So in that Bayesian belief network, I have told you what is Bayesian belief network. So how we represent the Bayesian belief network? So we will represent it by directed acyclic graph. And also I have explained you what is most important thing in Bayesian belief network is conditional independent. Okay. So all these things I have explained in the previous video. I request all of you to go through the video, watch this once again, and even in the interaction class I have been discussing about all these things. I have explained about the joint space of the probability distribution. Then in the Bayesian belief network we will use this joint probability distribution. So all these things also I have explained. Okay. So now in this video I am going to explain about the representation of Bayesian belief network. Okay. So we know that Bayesian belief network represents a joint probability distribution for the set of variables. So what is joint probability distribution? So if we have the value of storm, okay, then so given the value of storm we can predict there is a lightning or there is no lightning. Okay, so given the value of storm, we can predict if there is any lightning or no lightning. So suppose probability of this lightning is 0.6, then what is the probability of not lightning? It is 0.4. So this is called as joint probability. Okay, so positive as well as the negative value. So here, if we take the example which is there in the figure 6.3, I will show you that figure also. So this is the figure 6.3. So here, given that represents a joint probability distribution over the Boolean variable, that is storm, lightning, thunder, forecast, campfire and Buster group. All these variables has been given. In general, a Bayesian network represents a joint probability distribution by specifying a set of conditional independent assumptions. Okay, so here we will specify some of the assumptions based on the conditional independence. Okay, so which is represented by DAG, as I already mentioned, directed acyclic graph, together with the set of local conditional probabilities. Okay, with the set of the local conditional probabilities. Each variable in the joint space is represented by a node in a Bayesian network. So each node, this is called as a joint space. So here each variable will be represented as a node. Okay, we have 6 variables. For that 6 variable we have 6 nodes. Okay, and altogether this is called as a joint space. Okay, right. So for each variable, 2 types of informations are specified. Okay, each variable will have 2 types of information. A network arc represents the assertion that the variable is conditionally independent of its non-descendants in a network given its immediate predecessor in the network. Okay, so what is this arc represent? This represents the conditionally independence property. So that means, so storm value, it is conditionally independent on lightning. That means if storm value is not given, then I cannot predict the value of lightning. If it is given, then only I can predict the value of lightning. So it is called as a conditionally independence. Okay. So we say that x is a descendant of y if there is a direct path from y to x. That means if I say this x, it is a descendant of y, that means there should be a direct path from x to y. Okay, there is a directed path from x to y. So meaning here is, so I can say campfire is a descendant of Buster group because there is a directed path. Campfire is also descendant of this storm because there is a directed graph. Okay, so like this. So second is the conditional probability table. So first we will think of the network arcs, and second we will think of the conditional probability table is given for each variable, describing the probability distribution for that variable given the values of immediate predecessor. So you can see here, so conditional probability is given for, table is given for campfire. Okay, campfire. So along with that, we have its parent's value. Okay, so storm and Buster group is the parent node of this campfire. Okay, so as you can see here, immediate predecessor is campfire. So we are given, we have the value of storm and Buster group. Then we can predict the value of campfire. Okay, so can we predict the value of lightning? We cannot predict it because we know the storm value, but it is not a direct descendant of Buster group. Okay, hence it is, it becomes very complex to predict the value of lightning. So like this it goes on. The joint probability for any desired assignment values, that is y1 to ym, to a tuple of network variables y1 up to yn can be computed by using formula this one. So this is the formula to calculate the joint probability value. So that is the probability of the given node given the probability of its parent node. Probability of a node given the probability of its parent node. Then if parent node is known, then only we can calculate or we can predict the probability of its children, right? Descendants. So like this is called as joint probability, where parents yi denotes the set of immediate predecessor of yi in the network. Okay, so note the value of p of yi given parents of yi are precisely the values stored in the conditional probability table associated with the node yi. So that means these values he is talking about, this is the value. Okay, so given the value of this storm and Buster group, what is the value of campfire and what is the value of not campfire? So how we can calculate it? We can calculate by just seeing this probability table. We can tell, okay, campfire value is 0.4 and not campfire value is 0.6. Okay, so by using this table, we can predict the value of the descendants. To illustrate this Bayesian network in the figure 6.3, so represents a joint probability distribution over the Boolean variables storm, lightning, thunder, forest fire, campfire and Buster group. So here we consider, so in the example we have considered only one node, that is campfire. The network node and the arc represents the assertion that campfire is conditionally dependent on its non-descendants called as lightning and thunder, given its immediate parent storm and Buster group. So as you can see here, this campfire, its value depends on the storm and Buster group, but it is conditionally dependent on its descendants, that is thunder and forest fire. Okay, so it is conditionally independent on these values, forest fire as well as the thunder, but it completely depends on storm and Buster group value. Okay, from the example only we can tell whether it is dependent or independent of the particular values. So this means that once we know the value of storm and Buster group, the variables like lightning and thunder provides no additional information about the campfire. Okay, so as you can see here, once we know the value of storm and Buster group, then we can easily predict the value of campfire. This campfire value does not depend on the thunder as well as the forest fire, because these are conditionally independent. Okay, thunder and lightning. So as you can see, thunder and lightning, so it is nowhere related here. So if the value of storm and value of Buster group is given, then it is sufficient for me to calculate the value of campfire. Right? So hence we can write it as, if campfire value is true when given storm value is true and Buster group value is true. Okay, so Buster group value is true and storm value is true, then what is the value of campfire? Campfire is also true, that means the probability is 0.4. So that's what he has written here. I think all of you got this. Okay, so note that this table provides the only conditional probabilities of campfire. Okay, so please remember, this is only for campfire we have written here. We have not taken other lightning, thunder. Okay, all these things we have not yet written. It is only given for campfire. Right? So a set of local conditional probability table for all the variables together with the set of conditional independent assumption described by the network. Describe the full joint probability distribution for the network. Okay, so here we have taken the conditional probability for only campfire. So like this, we can have the conditional probability for others also. Like if we want, we can have it for lightning, we can have it for thunder. Okay, so all together we are calling it as a joint probability, which will help us to understand the Bayesian belief network. Okay, so together we are constructing it for only campfire, but locally we have to construct our probability table for other attribute also. Together it is called as joint probability. Okay, and using joint probability distribution, it helps us to understand the Bayesian belief network. Okay, so together by using all these things, it will be helpful for us to describe whether a particular variable is conditionally dependent or independent. Okay, using this Bayesian belief network. Okay, the term very important here in Bayesian belief network is, one is conditional independence, another one is joint probability distribution. These two terms are very important in this Bayesian belief network. Okay, so this is one more example of Bayesian belief network. So as you can see here, for wake up late, what is the descendant nodes? Late for work, and for this the descendant node is late for meeting. So it means if we wake up late, provided the value of late for work, that means if we went late for work, then definitely we will be late for meeting. Okay, so then one more thing also, then late for work is not given. If it is not given, then I cannot predict whether he can go late for meeting or not. Okay, so another possibility is he has not wake up late, but still he is late for meeting. How it is possible? Because there is an accident happened, and due to the accident traffic jam happened. So due to traffic jam he is late for work, and then he is late for meeting. Okay, that also another possibility. So like this, here this late for work is the conditionally independent, because if given the value of late for work, we can predict whether he can late for meeting or not. If that value is not given, then I cannot predict its value. Okay, so this is another example of Bayesian belief network. Okay, so let us see the inference on this Bayesian belief network. So what is the actual gist of this Bayesian belief network, or what we understand from this Bayesian belief network? We might wish to use a Bayesian network to infer the value of some target variable given the observed value of other variable. Okay, so what is the inference, or what we learned from this Bayesian network is, we learned that if some values, some ancestor values are given, then we can predict some other values also, other unobservable variables values also. Okay, we can predict it by using joint probability distribution. So that we learned it from Bayesian belief network. Of course, given that we are dealing with the random variables, it is not generally be correct to assign the target variable a single determined value. Okay, so of course what we are doing here is we are assigning some random values. Okay, some random values to the variable. Generally that random value may be correct or may not be correct. Okay, so what we really wish to infer is the probability distribution for a target variable, which specifies the probability that it will take on each of its possible values given the observable values of a other variable. Okay, so what we really wish, or what we really want from this probability distribution function is, it should specify the probability that it will take on each possible values given the observed values. Okay, so consider if the value of one variable is given, observing that value
we can predict the possible target value of its descendant or other nodes. That's actually we want it from a Bayesian belief network. Okay. So this inference step can be straightforward if values for all of the other variables in the network are known exactly. That means if any one value is given to me, then I can predict what is the next descendant value by using probability distribution. If suppose this value is given, I can predict what is the descendants value of this this node or this variable. Then if I come to know the value of this variable or this node, then I can predict again the descendant value, like this as it goes on. Then it means that I know all the values, all the variable values where the variables are considered as node in a Bayesian belief network, yes or no? Okay, so if I follow all these steps, then I can easily find out the variable values. Okay, that is to exact extent. Okay, to the exact extent I can predict the value of each variable. So in more general case, we may wish to infer the probability distribution for some variable. For example, forest fire. Given the observed value for only the subset of other variables. For example, given the thunder and bus tour group, maybe only observed values available. Okay, if given the value of thunder and bus tour group, then I'll come here. Given the value of thunder and bus tour group, then I can predict the value of forest fire. Is it possible? Yes, because from this I can predict the value of campfire, and from campfire I can predict the value of forest fire. As well as if the thunder value I know, I can do backtracking and I can find out the value of lightning. And if the lightning value is known, and from this bus tour group we can predict the value of campfire, then definitely I can easily calculate the value of forest fire. Okay, so I can backtrack, I can check the value of lightning, and if I know lightning and campfire value is already available, then it is very easy for me to predict the value of forest fire, yes or no. So like this I can calculate exact value of all the particular variables which is present over there, right? In general, a Bayesian network can be used to compute the probability distribution for any subset of network variable given the values of or distribution for a subset of a remaining variable. Okay, so this is very important here. Okay, given the value of other variables, I can predict the value of some other variables which is present in the network. So this problem is NP-hard problem. So computing this probability, this probability distribution for all the variables, it is NP-hard problem. So it has been calculated by one of the scientists called as Cooper in 1990. So NP-hard problem means it is complex, very complex problem. Okay, you already know it in our algorithm subject, NP-hard, NP-complete, P. So all these things. Numerous methods have been proposed for a probabilistic inference in a Bayesian network, including exact inference methods and appropriate inference methods that sacrifice precision to gain efficiency. So there are numerous other methods where it can be used to predict the value of Bayesian networks. Okay. So this is about the Bayesian networks. So let us come to the last part of this topic or this module, that is EM algorithm. That is called as EM, estimation maximization algorithm, EM algorithm. Okay. Alright. So let us see what is EM algorithm and how it will do it in a next class. Thank you.